How's it going, everyone? The PlayStation Plus freebies for the month of February have been revealed, and overall, I imagine people are gonna be upset about it, but it's a decent little month. You've got a day one release, you've got an interesting action RPG, and a pretty cool tertiary title as well. So let's talk about it all. Let's go through it on the PlayStation blog, all playable February 6th. That is, in fact, the release date of Foam Stars as well. Today, we're happy to announce the full monthly games lineup for PlayStation Plus. February selection is headlined by Square Enix competitive yet ultra-colorful online party shooter Foam Stars, which makes its debut exclusively on PlayStation Plus. Joining it is a potent mix of skates and gunplay with the highly stylish roller drome, while Steel Rising brings you automation-powered RPG action. All three will be playable on PlayStation Plus and available to Plus members on Tuesday, February 6th. Remember, as you add them to your library, they will be yours to own as long as you are a Plus subscriber, or playable, I guess. Own is a very controversial terminology to use in terms of digital content media these days. So, right off the top, the big game, and I guess the headlining title is Foam Stars. I was hoping it wouldn't be the headlining game, and then somebody commented on yesterday's video being like, yo, bro, you're ridiculous if you don't think this is the headlining game. It is, in fact, the headlining game, and can I be that mad about it? It's a day one release. It is going to be a $30 game after this PlayStation Plus period, so take that for what you will. Introducing Foam Stars, the new 4v4 online party shooter. Use foam to build terrain, creating slippery surfaces to surf around the arena at high speed, help defend from enemy attacks, or create vantage points to take out opponents from. Select from a quirky and colorful cast of athletes and compete across multiple game modes. Find out more about Foam Stars from its creators. They have a link in the PlayStation blog post, which I will leave in the description box below. Foam Stars was a game that a lot of people memed on when it initially was revealed. I think a lot of people saw the comparisons and resemblances to one Splatoon, but in the early access period that people played the beta and tried it out, it seemed like the general consensus was very, very positive towards the game. It's on PlayStation Plus, which obviously it's an online title, so you need PlayStation Plus anyway. This is the time to add it to your library. If you get it next month for $30, you still need to have PlayStation Plus to play the game, and as long as you play the game, you'll need PlayStation Plus. So just keep that in mind. It's best to get it now, and then I don't know how the game is going to be sustained. And again, when we talk about games like these online-oriented titles, Foam Stars is interesting because it will ultimately be pay-to-play, but it is having this a free period where I think the majority of people will check it out now, but it's really going to depend on how is it doing 6 months from now, 9 months from now, a year from now. I'm a broken record when we talk about this stuff, but that is the reality of these multiplayer titles. But, this one is a little interesting because it's free to play through PlayStation Plus, but after a month, it will be pay to play. I do ultimately expect either that the game will go completely free to play, or it will be a part of PlayStation Plus Extra. That's a foregone conclusion that it'll be a part of PlayStation Plus Extra, but I could even see it go completely free to play sometime down the line if the reception, or rather, the reception has been fairly good. It's the sustainability. If the player base isn't there, they'll go to a free to play model, but we'll see if that ultimately does happen. For now, it's available with PlayStation Plus. Next up, we have Roller Drome. From the critically acclaimed studio Roll7 comes a high-octane third-person shooter experience like no other. In the brutal Bloodsport, Roller Drome gear up for visceral combat with fluid motion set in an evocative retro future. Dominate with style in this intense shooter-skater hybrid where kills, grand health, and nailing tricks provide you with ammunition. Will you have what it takes to become the next Roller Drome champion? Roller Drome, again, was fairly well received, and I remember when it initially came out, I want to say back in summer of 2022. It did have a PlayStation Plus premium trial, and I remember it got some attention over that, but now it is going to be available as a Plus Essential title. A BAFTA award-winning third-person action shooter that seamlessly blends high-octane visceral combat with fluid movement and trick mechanics into one complimentary and challenging a whole to create an original adrenaline-pumping shooter like no other. The game's had a pretty solid reception, 1,200 Steam reviews, 93% of those reviews are positive. And the Metacritic reception and the critical reception was pretty strong as well. 9 out of 10 from IGN, 94 out of 100 from PC Gamer, 4.5 out of 5 from The Gamer. Pretty good reviews all around. Typically, you can find it for sub $10, but, beating out sub $10 is the fact that it's available free with PlayStation Plus. And lastly, we have Steel Rising, this action RPG set in an alternate history in Paris, where the French Revolution has been suppressed by a robotic army. Find and explore through the streets, rooftops, neighborhoods, and castle as Aegis, a mysterious automaton masterpiece, engage in ruthless and intense fights against technological marvels that are as complex as they are unforgiving. So that was an action RPG RPG that wasn't received incredibly well, but it was done by Spiders, a studio that I think puts out some pretty decent games, and this one had such an interesting premise to it as well. Definitely at the initial $50 price tag, probably a little high, but as a secondary game for PlayStation Plus, I think that's a fine addition. Overall, I think this month really comes down to your interest level in Foam Stars. If you have interest in Foam Stars, it's a pretty good month. I mean, that's gonna be a $30 game. It's available free with Plus. The argument can be made that games like this are generally free to play, but, you know, I'm not gonna get into that debate right now on whether or not the game should be free to play. Again, the game in its early period has been received fairly strongly, and it's a day one release. Whenever we get a day one release on PlayStation Plus, I'll say that is pretty good. They also do note Fall Guys Icon Pack. I mean, Fall Guys has lost some of its steam at this point, but play for the crown with the Fall Guys Icon Pack, which brings some iconic PlayStation looks to the multiplayer party. Deck out your Bean and Aloy, Ratchet & Clank costumes, and debut some additional cosmetics while competing. They note Ratchet, Clank, Aloy, Groovatron, you've got Clank's Laugh as an emote, Lombax as a pattern, Clank as a pattern, Seeker as a pattern, Ratchet as a color, Clank as a color, and then Ratchet nameplate, Clank nameplate, Horizon nameplate, Aloy faceplate, Ratchet faceplate, Clank faceplate, and then Seeker nickname. You'll be able to find and download this pack in addition to the PlayStation Plus monthly games lineup on PlayStation Store. Download Fall Guys from PlayStation Store to access. Once downloaded, they'll be available in-game immediately. They also do note some stuff about PlayStation Plus trials, which I certainly will cover in a different video, but as far as the essential lineup goes, again, I think overall it's fairly decent. Is it as good as last month with Plague Tale Requiem? Obviously not. Like, that was an insane month, and I don't expect that level every month, but what I'm really hoping for this month, or at least in February, you know, the essential lineup is fine with Foam Stars, Roller Drome, and Steel Rising. What I'm really hoping for is that we get a quality PlayStation Plus extra catalog update, because those extra catalog updates, I'm sorry, since the price increase, they have been rather lackluster, and I think, you know, one game that I think would be a quality addition to the Plus lineup would be something like a Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. I mean, that's a game that still goes for a pretty penny. It's gonna be, you know, ahead of the release of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I feel like that would be promotional malpractice to not offer Crisis Core FF7 Reunion on Plus Extra this month, but we'll see if that ultimately does happen. Rebirth is, of course, out on February 29th, but that'll do it for me again for the month of February. We got Foam Stars, we got Roller Drum, and Steel Rising. I think decent enough, but I do expect some people to be disappointed with it like they are every month, but that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thank you for watching. Sound off down below, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.